happening? Live here. Jokes. Right. Yeah. I'm Twitter illiterate. I've come to accept this fact. In fact, I wasn't even going to go live today, but because we were supposed to have a Moon Lounge webinar, but my co-host for that one has called in sick. So I actually just wanted to come on real quick. This is called the I Told You So episode, because everybody's like, oh my God, what's happening with Bitcoin? And I'm like, well, what is happening is exactly what I said is happening yesterday, is I think we're going to break down to that 8,800 level. Sorry, trying to get live on Twitter over here. All right. Am I live everywhere? Am I live? I'm trying to get live. It's the problem with going live in like 50 places at once is, yeah, it's kind of a nuisance to get it all done at once. Oh, good heavens. I've got to get better at technology in general, guys. Someday I'll get it together, and that day it will be a great day. In the meantime, how are you guys? How are you guys doing today? How is everybody feeling on this red candle day? You know, I know everybody gets excited when it looks like the bulls have taken back over and start heading in a bullish direction, but nobody cares on days like today. Everybody's sad and not talking about crypto, and hence I just wanted to get on, make this a little short one, take a look at the markets and see if it looks like this dip is going to be sustained for a little bit longer. Are we going to trade sideways, or do we think that it's going to turn back around right quick like? And let's go find out, shall we? Let's. All right, well, I can say this is not a good sign. If you want to know why everything is hurting so bad, we have had about what, 13 billion dollars leave the market in the last 24 hours. So that's a lot of money to move out of the market, and I find that to be a little bit odd, honestly, with as much positive press as it's been getting in the mainstream media lately. And not really sure why that's occurring, but let's go take a look and see what's Bitcoin looking. What does Bitcoin want to do today? Look at that. It's a bunch of nasty red candles, but I did say yesterday I thought we were going back down to 88, or yesterday, day before yesterday. Sorry guys, I wasn't on yesterday. But right now, just looking at that, that's on a 4-hour candle, 2-hour candle. Look at that. You could have already picked some up and made a little oversold bounce play if you're trying to accumulate on the way down. RSI is way oversold right now, and we do see some bullish momentum coming back in. Let's take a look at that on the smaller candles. I suspect we'll probably trade sideways a little bit, but I've actually got some buy orders in right now all the way down to that 88 mark that I called. If it hits that, though, I'm going to set a very tight stop loss below that, and probably if it goes below 88, I'll probably set a stop loss at like 86.5, just to protect it, because if it does go off that 88, we do have a lot of historic support there. Here, in fact, let's zoom out and look at it on the long time. So look at that. Going back to what is this here? Yeah, so going out to end of January, we had 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so about 2 weeks where it basically was tapping off that as resistance, and then it became support here for another roughly week or so. So I suspect that we will find some support currently at that 88 level. If it does break down from there, then I suspect it's probably going down rapidly. We might see, we have another little bit of historic support here at the 8,000 level, but otherwise I suspect we might see it go all the way back down to like this high, rather low 7s, high 6s, which I guess I wouldn't be super sad about, because again, I'm still bullish on Bitcoin in the long term, so I would be happy to accumulate more on the way, but I don't think that would be very good for the market overall in the long term if it does break back down that far, so close after it just got up to 10K. So let's see. Who's saying what? Giveaway tonight? I know, maybe. I'll tell you what, it's no giveaway. In fact, I don't even know if I'm going to go for a full hour tonight. Oh, I should probably also make sure I'm live on my other channels, shouldn't I? Shouldn't I? That's what I was doing, fiddling around here and getting sidetracked. Stand by, please, guys. I need to copy my titles so I can get live on Facebook, because I just realized I'm not live on Facebook yet. That's what happens when I jump into the stream right in the middle of trying to paste these titles. Like I said, guys, I wasn't intending to go live tonight, but I thought, you know, I can't just go on great days, and I'm sure everybody's sort of wondering what's going on with the market, so why not? Why not? All right, and third time's a charm. Great. Get live. And there as well. All right, now I'm live everywhere. Fantastic. Yeah, Twitter is up. Just got Facebook Live. Sorry about that, guys. Now we're good. Let's see how you can make sure you get your BCH fork. No, I can't, but I can tell you how it's worked previously. I don't know specifically about this Bitcoin fork that you are talking about, the BCH fork, but I can say generally either having it on an exchange that has stated that they will support the fork, or keeping it in its native wallet are both good ways to make sure that you end up with the forked currency when it forks, or in another, even if it's not in its native wallet, in another wallet that supports it. So for instance, I have an Electrum software wallet, and when the original Bitcoin Cash fork happened, I just left the money in there, and subsequently I had to go through, it was actually kind of a nuisance to go through and split it out. But then I found out if I would have had it in my Trezor, which I did not have a Trezor at the time when that happened, but I got one subsequently. And if I would have had it in my Trezor, all I would have had to do was just leave it in the Trezor, and then you could actually just go and find from the dropdown where the forked currency is, if your wallet supports the forked currency. So that's the best advice I can give you on that specifically. Hopefully that was helpful. All right, let's see what else. Good morning, Michael F. Hassan, didn't know you were also in UK. All right, all right. What to buy? Everything is in red. Well, guys, that's red days are actually good days, and this is why we say keep some fiat on the side, right? Because these are the days that you go in and accumulate those projects that you, because ultimately you shouldn't be investing in a project, and I say investing specifically, but you shouldn't be investing in a project, and by that I mean something you're going to hold on to long term, if you don't believe in the project. If it's a shitcoin, pardon my French, but if it's a shitcoin, like, why are you putting money into it long term? So with that, on days like this, these are the days that I go out and try to look at what is the best bang for my buck that I can get, so to speak. So yeah, anyway, that's what I would say, is look at the projects that you have, compare what their value is to Bitcoin or to ETH or to whatever it is that you're looking to trade them in, figure out which one is going to be the best trade for you, and then make the trade. Tether, I don't mess with Tether. I don't touch it. You know, if you were going for a quick in and out, you know, just like an overnight or something perhaps, but I don't let any money sit in Tether personally because I don't trust it. And I don't trust it because they 86'd 2 different auditors that were supposed to come in and verify that they do indeed have $1 for every Tether on their books. And that's not a good sign to me when you're kicking the auditor out. So I don't mess with Tether. Put your face on night mode. Please do. I know. I am so pale. Here, guys, maybe I'll just turn some of this light off of me. How about that? Hey. Now I might get weird shadows, though. Trippy. Sorry, you're going to have to deal with pale face. Maybe I can... Yeah, it's what it is. Sorry. Let's see. Decentralized networks, where does Khyber sit? I like Khyber. Let's go take a look at Khyber. Oh, wow. That just had a nice little run up, didn't it? Yeah. Well, that would have been a good profit take. Looks like it started to consolidate a little bit. We're looking on the daily here, so let's take a look. Boy, the real profit take opportunity was right over here. So if you're looking to accumulate, again, guys, I mean, you know, I think I've made pretty clear what my strategy usually is I'll go back and look, and I look at some of these lower ones where the, you know, like here, there's some pretty good support here, right? So we see some support through here, and I'm looking on 4-hour candles, and then again, you know, right in here, so just about at that 24,000 sat range. So I would start to set buys myself just below that, right? Anywhere from like 23, all right, down, yeah, here. So 22,970 up to like 23,9. So you could set a buy or two in there and wait for one of those oversold bounces to snap it up if it's going to run back up. Although I don't know, again, that's more of a short-term trading strategy that I'm talking about right there. And you might at this juncture, especially when Bitcoin's going down, just be looking to accumulate the project that you are currently holding. What is that? Sorry, I keep getting some strange noise. I think maybe there's somebody outside my window. Thought it was my phone. Anyway, let's see. How do I rate Genesis Vision long term? Well, here's the thing. So I think it's cool. I think it's Genesis Vision's value is going to be largely determined by how much adoption the platform gets. And I say that because one of the key features for Genesis Vision is the ability for traders on there to effectively create their own token. So I could create JSON coin, or, you know, we could have SNE token, or, you know, Sam chain, whatever. Anyway, so we can create that, and then based on our trading strategies, etc., our coin goes up. So again, if more traders are trying to effectively start their own fund, is basically what you can do with that, right? You can start a fund and start managing a larger amount of money with that, other people's money. So if enough traders adopt that and get involved and are successful at it, then I think Genesis Vision has real legs. I mean, it's a pretty innovative structure. So that's what I would say about it. But you know, I don't know. It's tough to say. I mean, again, I would say that is going to depend entirely around the marketing team subsequent to the launch of the platform. As long if people adopt the platform and traders start using it and their tokens start to go up in value, then I could see Genesis Vision being very successful. But tough to make a strong commitment for that. You know, like I said, I think SNE likes it because SNE would be all right managing other people's money. I just like managing my own money. All right, so let's see. Okay, so What's happening, Johnny B? Welcome, welcome. Boy, I'm starting to get like a cadre of regulars. So thanks for joining me all the time, guys. I appreciate it. Again, I know things have been a little bit different with Sam away and Snay on less. So I hope I am still providing the same amount of value that, or at least somewhere in the similar vein as what you've been getting from them. But I do appreciate you guys staying with me and joining me for my streams. So, will Consensus 2018 boost the markets? I do think that, every year Consensus does tend to boost the markets a little bit. So it might be, that's next week, right? Consensus. So it may be that we're seeing some suppression of the prices right now, so that more people can load up bags of the projects that they are trying to get into more heavily in advance. As we know, unfortunately, this is an industry where insider trading does run rampant, and so I am sure that there are people that are hip to some things that are going to be getting announced next week at the conference, that are trying to take advantage of that knowledge. And with that, it's just up to us to watch the markets and try to react accordingly. So in the long term, I guess that was a roundabout way of saying, like, yeah, I do suspect that we are going to see at least a temporary bump in the market towards the end of the week next week. We'll find out. Again, because it's always something, right? Everybody's, oh, it's Chinese New Year and the red envelopes and all the money's coming in, and oh, it's New York Stock Exchange and all the traders are getting their bonuses, so for sure they're putting money into the market. There's always all these predictions of, I think this is going to happen, so let's get bullish, and then, largely to very little fanfare. So I'm a hopeful skeptic, I would say. I try not to get overly committed, and I try not to get overly hyped up about things like that. But his Consensus is one of the largest blockchain conferences that there are in the world. So I suspect I suspect that announcements and things that are going to be coming forth from that will result in some price increases. That's what I think. So we'll see. I'm hopeful. All right, this is getting a bit much. I apologize. I'm also a Mac person, and so these PCs are a little frustrating to shut off different notifications and things. I know, I'm just the worst, right? Like, anyway. All right, let's see. What do you think about moving to Puerto Rico for lower taxes? Guys, we actually almost did that. We went through all the paperwork. So in fact, if you are looking for a recommendation on people to get in touch with, if you are looking to take advantage of Act 20 and 22, feel free to reach out to us. Go on over to Cryptosomniac.com and just shoot us a form off an email off the contact form, and we can point you in the right direction there. But yeah, we almost did it. We were going to move there. I think it's some very strong advantages for taxes as an American citizen, and I think if you are in a position where your life is liquid enough to do that, that it is almost foolish not to take advantage of it if there's no other commitments keeping you from doing so. And I will say that with the caveat of don't I after having gone to Puerto Rico and made some friends there and got a feel for like how the locals are. Like, don't go be a carpetbagging colonizer, right? Just go, if you're gonna go to Puerto Rico, look to engage with the locals who are already making moves. Get involved with the locals. Help prop them up. Don't think you're gonna go in there and teach somebody, oh, we're gonna come here and show you how the blockchain can fix your country. Because trust me, there's tons of people there that already know and are already making moves. Just get involved with them and help them. But why not get there and if you have a company you can move there, and if you can go there and take advantage of those tax incentives, like I said, you almost be a fool not to, from a purely economic standpoint. Anyway, all right, rant over. Let's see. What would be the value of Khyber at the end of the year? I think I've said this many times. I don't make long-term predictions. It's crazy. I'll make a prediction for a week or two out. I'll make a prediction for which way I think the market is headed, up or down. But I don't. I know that's what sells tickets. But I don't like to make Khyber predictions for the end of the year because there's so much that could happen to the market in general. Not even just specifically to the Khyber network, but to the entire crypto market in general between now and then. That could very very drastically alter the landscape. So making a year-end prediction is crazy. It's purely speculative, and it's kind of a circle jerk. So I don't see the point. All right, let's see. How long have I been trading crypto? Almost 2 years. Like getting pretty close to 2 years now. And I say trading loosely. It's more like I've been buying and holding crypto for almost 2 years. I've really been actively trading like a year and change. But like the first 6 months, I basically just used to sit in front of Coinbase on the short intervals and wait till I saw the little dip in the price line and put in a buy order, which is not an effective trading strategy, I can assure you. So yeah. Anyway, that's my short version of my story. Most people agree about consensus. Yeah, I mean, the thing with consensus is it just is the biggest conference, and what comes out of conferences? Announcements and networking deals and partnerships, and you know, these things move the market. That's just how the crypto market works, and it is what it is. So I suspect we will see some market movement coming forth from consensus, and I think likely in a positive direction. All right, let's see. No one talks about Tron. Did Justin Lee just die? No, it's because Tron's been on a tear lately, and I think has just kind of cooled off. You know, it's funny. You can, I'll tell you, I notice a direct correlation to coins that I should probably be looking at to take profit by how many people ask me about it during a live stream. So there's my little pro tip for you. If you want to know things I'm going to look to take a profit, how many of you guys ask me about a certain coin? If it's something I hold, I go, oh, there's enough people asking, it must be on a pump. If it's, you know, say I hadn't looked at it on the exchange that day, that's when I know to go and take a look and see if it's time to take some profit. So let's go take a look at Tron. And TRX, where you at, bad boy? There it is. Yeah, I mean, see, look, guys, Tron has been running for what, 3 weeks now? What is this? Daily. Yeah, Tron has been running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, like 14 days, 13 days on the run up, and then, you know, it's been consolidating a little bit over the last week and change. Yeah, I don't know, guys. To be honest with you, I used to be a Tron holder, and I got out of it way back closer to the end of the year when it was at about, I think I sold about a quarter of my position at 1100 sats, and I sold the rest at 909 because I'm a nerd and I like techno. So so 909. Yeah. But anyway, that being said, I do think Tron is a good project long term, and sometimes I kick myself for having sold out of that position, although it kind of does just vacillate a lot between all-time high and where I sold it anyway. So the good news is Tron is kind of a day trader's dream, really, just because they are very, very effective marketers, and every time Justin Sun makes a tweet about an announcement that's going to be made about a partnership that eventually will get, you know, you see where I'm going with this, it generates a lot of media hype, and you know, helps the price of Tron. So with all of that, you're not here to hear me ramble about a project. You're here to make me here to see what I think about entry and exit points on a project. So let's see what I think about that. Oops. Boy, it's been trading sideways for a while, huh? I don't know. That's some pretty good amount of bull volume. It was, I think you actually just missed an opportunity to buy off an oversold bounce. Look how low that RSI was, and yeah, we see the histogram starting to curl up. Lots of bull volume in there. think what you're seeing right here again is just classic trader mentality, right? Look how close that is on the fib level already. There's no wick. You see it's overbought, or rather oversold. I'm sorry. Somebody's order executes. It starts to bring the price back up. Yeah, but it just wicked off that fib level. So common. But anyway, what do I think? I think it could come down a little bit more than that, and I think it will, because I think Bitcoin's going to continue to go down. And you know, guys, I promise I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist. I'm just a realist. And unfortunately, as goes Bitcoin, so goes the rest of the market. I really feel like I just have a few catchphrases I repeat every day. Let's see. Tron chart looks like the mother of all cup handles. That's true. It does, right? On the daily. Look at that. So we'll see. I mean, if the overall market sentiment starts to go good, it could break bullish, but I don't think so. I don't think it's going to right now. I think that's going to break down from there on that cup and handle. We'll see. I mean, if it prints 3 on the daily, I'll even say on the 4-hour, if it prints like 3 green candles in a row, then I would say that would probably confirm the buy signal. But as of right now, yeah, as of right now, I think it's got more downward momentum to come. Yeah. See, look. Oops. Get this out of the way. You guys can see this, right? Okay, cool. Hey, I also realized. Sorry, I meant to do this so we can see prices. Or can I make it skinnier? Oh, what if I do this? Sorry guys, really trying to like maximize this effectively so I have enough screen to chart. There we go. Look at that. Now you guys can see prices. Fancy. Okay. Yeah, I think Tron could come down a little bit more from there. Just decreasing volume overall. Yeah, I think it's coming down a little bit more. Guys, I'm not buying, like I said, I'm not buying anything but Bitcoin right now. I've got some buy orders set down to into the 88 range, and then like I said, I think I'm going to set a really tight stop loss at 87.50 tonight. Because I've gotten to the Satoshi value that I wanted to sit at by the end of my trades, and so I'm going to stick with that and set stop loss, and if it goes below it, then I'm just going to sit out of the market and let that falling knife go down a little bit more before I re-enter. And that is that's my strategy. All right, let's see what else you guys. Price prediction on Tether, $1. $1. I think it's going to be worth $1. When is EOS going to cool off? That's a good question. Let's go take a look at that. I've been kind of waiting for EOS to cool off. I don't know if it's ever gonna. It's too hot. It's too hot. Where the heck is EOS? Why is it not? There it is. Ooh, it's getting pretty close. It's getting pretty close to my buy range. Between that here, guys, this is what I like right here. Between this 05 and 618, or rather the and also the 886 and 618. That's where I like to get it. Oh no, I just moved the whole dang fib. There we go. Okay. Boy, here's another almost cup and handle. Ah, that looks like it might be winding up for a run again, guys. It's on the hourly. 30 minutes already got the bull cross. Yeah, I think EOS is about to go again. It has continued to run up even as Bitcoin has gone down. In fact, let's look at this. Oops. Or, yeah, not indicator. I need to compare. Yeah, it's almost exactly. Oh, because never mind. I just did the dumbest thing. I'm like, it's almost the exact opposite because I'm pairing it against Bitcoin. Well, that's still Bitcoin versus USD though. And look, it almost goes in the opposite direction every time. Yeah, the bull volume's starting to increase. Just overall tapering off on the volume, but this is what I like to see right here. That's a pretty sharp uptick on the histogram. That is already confirmed. And even on the 15-minute, it started to cool off a little bit, but yeah, I think that may be ready to go for another little short run. So if you were in, or if you were not in and you're looking for a short swing trade, oops, I'd put a buy, I'd put some buys somewhere between, for a swing, because you want to try to catch this on an oversold bounce, between like 18.4 and 18.7 with a targeted exit at 19.8 to 19.75. Oh, 19.975. Yeah, so target an exit right there and make yourself a quick little, what is that, 5%? There's the 7%, almost 8%. That's not bad. So I say if you can consistently get 6 to 8%, that's pretty strong, and you'll come out ahead in the long run. Okay, cheers. Will I end up with BCH and ABC? So you will. Okay, you will. Okay. Going back to the earlier question about the holding, if you will get the forked coin. So if you have held the coin prior to the fork, either on an exchange that supports the fork or in a wallet that supports the fork, and you do not transact with that balance at all until the fork happens, subsequent to the fork happening, if the wallet has already provided support for that coin. So take the example of Bitcoin Cash, because everybody's familiar with that one. So if I had it on if I had my Bitcoin on Coinbase prior, they did not initially support the Bitcoin Cash fork. So if I would have had my Bitcoin BTC in my Coinbase wallet, and I would have traded with that subsequent to the fork happening, by the time that they did support the fork, I was not eligible for that because I had already traded the balance in and out. Maybe not the full balance, but a percentage of it, and so I was not eligible for the fork. In my case, I had my Bitcoin BTC in an Electrum wallet, which is a software wallet, and it was not on an exchange. Electrum did support the fork. It was a nuisance to go through it, but to set up the additional wallet, so they did support the fork, and I was able to fork it off. And then I also found out subsequent that if you had X amount of BTC on your wallet before the Bitcoin Diamond or the Bitcoin Gold or the blah blah blah, whatever other forks, if you had them on your Trezor prior to the fork occurring, you were because Trezor elected to support those forks, you automatically had that token in your wallet, and the wallet was just there. So yes, the short answer is yeah, you will end up with BCH and ABC, assuming you have that token already in a wallet or on an exchange that will support the fork. Hopefully I said that, hopefully I articulated that well. All right, let's see, what else? Oh wow, I missed all kinds of, let's see. Okay, let's see. Kind of strange how everything dumps at the same time. There's no coin that people won't start. Is there no coin that people won't start dumping if BTC dips a bit? No, I don't think so. Again, until there's more fiat pairings, Bitcoin is the gateway drug. And everybody, as soon as the market starts to tank, everybody will dump their altcoins to regain their Bitcoin value to be able to dump their Bitcoin, hopefully being able to clear that out before the entire market crashes. I mean, I'm talking about in a worst case scenario. If the entire market crashes, everybody will liquidate their alts into BTC and then liquidate their BTC into fiat. That's, I mean, until there are more fiat pairs. And then everyone will just liquidate into fiat as quickly as they can. But anyway. All right. Puerto Rico infrastructure is still a bit lacking. Yeah, that's true. I can tell you when we were there, the internet in Condado was fine. We had no problems with it at all. It wasn't spotty, and in fact, I even was able to use my AT&T phone super easy. Didn't have to switch networks. Was able to talk on my regular phone, and even used my hotspot as a you know, for my laptop when I was out and about a little bit. That being said, there is not, I mean, we've got gigabit fiber here in California, which is screaming fast and fantastic. And I don't even think they have fiber on the island at all yet. I think what they said, we looked into this a little bit, and I believe the fastest thing they have is a T1, which was fast a long time ago, and is okay now, but is not, you know, not certainly the hottest property out there. But anyway, I would be more concerned with their power. The entire island's power went out, and again, just temporarily, and you know, a lot of them are equipped to deal with this because it's become a reality that the power will go out, and so a lot of buildings have become equipped to deal with this by installing generators and backup generators, etc. But with that being said, all of the power did go out, and if you didn't have a generator, I could see that being a real nuisance, because I'll tell you, there's two things that are mandatory to operate in the cryptocurrency space: electricity and the internet, because that's how this entire game works. Not just this of streaming, but being able to process and send transactions. There's no internet and there's no electricity, there's no blockchain or hash graph or any of that kind of stuff. So yeah, those are mandatory things, and definitely were factors that should be considered in when you are moving to Puerto Rico, if you are going to move there, and selecting where you would move if you are going to move there. So that's my 2 cents on Puerto Rico. But great place. Love, encanto Puerto Rico. It's great, and I could definitely have seen myself living there. You know, we were in. Not mad that I got to stay in LA though. Not mad at all. Love Los Angeles. Pretty great place to live. All right, let's see. What else? Yeah, whatever the MACD says. Monday, Wednesday, we will see a huge pump in the price action. Yeah, I mean, like I said, guys, I would be, and not only I would be, I am watching. Like right now, look at that. With RSI this low, on the 2 hour, on the hourly. Yeah, I'm still buying Bitcoin right now, guys. Like I'm still trying to accumulate more. But again, gonna set a real tight stop loss. But this is all still in the range of where I want it, where I will happily pick some more up, because again, I suspect consensus next week is going to definitely have some positive action on the overall price, the overall market, and you know, I am a trader, so I am trying to accumulate as much of the property that I want to have as cheaply as possible so that I can sell a smaller portion of it higher to take my profits. All right, let's see. Sorry, I don't understand. If I have my BCH on Coinbase, should I move to Binance or Ledger? You should put it on your Ledger. You should put it on your Ledger, or you should create a new wallet because... And here's why I say you should create a new wallet. And even, you know, on your Ledger, I believe you can have multiple wallets within the Ledger. Yeah, right. Yes, of course you can. So you might want to create a second one, because if you transact with that coin, like say you have 5 Bitcoin Cash and you send 1 Bitcoin Cash off of that wallet before the fork happens, then you would only have 4 Bitcoin Cash that you would have the fork. Now, after the fork happens, you would have 4 Bitcoin Cash and 4 Bitcoin Cash fork, whatever ABC coin is. But if you were to transact from the wallet before the fork is supported on your ledger, you have only 4 Bitcoin Cash. The fork is out the window. So please keep that in mind. You can't transact with it, because if the data gets put into the blockchain prior to the fork being in a supported wallet, you lost your chance. So keep that in mind. All right, let's see. What else? Didn't check my phone for a whole day with having the market. Yeah, you know what? A correction. Ultimately, guys, really, again, are we really freaking out about this? Are we new here? This is totally normal price movement for Bitcoin. Like, right? Look at this. Completely normal. And it's barely a fluctuation in the long term. So I'm not terribly worried about it. Whoa, hey, trading view. Yeah, you know, I'm not terribly worried about it. I think, you know, this is just a short correction in the long term. And I think there's a lot of, you know, look at this. Look at how many opportunities. 1 opportunity, 2, 3, 4, 5 different opportunities to make money, either on the way up or on the way down, as far as significant movements. So volatility is good. Volatility is good if you're a trader, as long as you're not overzealously trading and blowing up your account. All right, can we take a look at OMG? Sure, let's take a look at OMG. That's probably cooling off a little bit by now. It's been on a bit of a run lately. OMG, where is it? Oh, me say go. Huh. Okay, well. Oh, me say go. All right. Let's zoom on in. Take a little look-see. Well, it's corrected pretty heavily from its last run up. We have an okay amount of support here historically. I mean, wow, this must have just gotten listed on Binance when it was already run up pretty high. Yeah, it's below the center line of the Bollinger Bands. I think it's got further down to go from here. Let's look at smaller intervals. Ooh, although what are you trading it against? Bitcoin, I'm assuming. The trouble with trading everything against Bitcoin is, as if Bitcoin goes down, everything else becomes a better deal, but then, you know, Bitcoin's also going down, so the value for everything else is also going down, sadly. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, that RSI is looking juicy, and it's looking like it's trying to turn around a little bit there. I still think it's got further down to go. Yeah, I still think it's got further down to go. But I would definitely keep an eye on it. I mean, let's look at let's do a little fib on this bad boy. Oops, hold on a sec. Well, that's right in my it's right in my buy range. Sure is. So yeah, just not a lot of volume in either direction. It's just kind of trading sideways. All right, so what I will say is this. I think it's got further down to go, but primarily because I think Bitcoin's going to go down further. Now, that being said, in the long term, this is right in my buy range for OMG. Full disclosure, I hold just a tiny bag of OMG, very, very tiny. It's maybe 5% of my portfolio. So this is not one I'm super bullish on, but I do, I like products that exist. So OMG already had an existing company before they got into the game, so I like OMG. Also, Vitalik is heavily supporting it, so I like anything that is on his network that he's supporting. Target entry. This is a tough call for me right now, guys, because I'm having to overcome my own mental biases of like, why would I accumulate here? You know, this is where I start thinking about stop loss territory, right? So, but if we're talking about accumulating more over the long term, yeah, I'd say you could go ahead and put a buy order in. Now again, how do I buy, guys? How do I always put in my buy orders? Oh, I might have to sneeze. Hold on. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay. So how do I put in my buys? Is I always look at the fib levels, and then I put them in a little bit below, right? And again, like I said, guys, normally this would be my stop loss territory. So normally I would have been putting my buys in here and watching them in here, and then, you know, I'm thinking of stops at like this range, but yeah. So yeah, I mean, it certainly doesn't look like it's poised to run up again anytime in the near future. Based on this, but you know, who knows? One good tweet for Bitcoin and everything could go crazy again. So yeah, I'd say you're safe to buy anywhere above 16 up to 17.5, and then I would actually right now just look at a profit take at like yeah, 1820, 1850 for short swings. And if you're looking to buy for the long term, you know, if this is something that I'm trying to acquire for my long-term bags, anytime now is a good time to buy. But I would set that tight stop loss. So you know, especially if you've been holding since back, what's the date here? Since before April, I would set that tight stop loss at from here. Give yourself a little bit of wiggle room so you don't get hunted out in like 1561. That might even be too far down. That's what I think about OMG in the short term. All right. What else? Boy, I said I wasn't going to go an hour, and and here I am. All right, let's take a look at Litecoin, my biggest bag, and I say that because Litecoin hurts my feelings. I've told you guys this, right? I bought a lot of it when it was cheap, and it was a long-term hold for me, right? Why wouldn't it be? Former Coinbase alum launches a crypto, like, of course. Yeah. Well, turns out Mr. Lee has poor Twitter control, and when he was like, you shouldn't buy Litecoin if you're not prepared for it to go down, I should have sold it when he said that, but I didn't, and I held on to it because I was using it to move money around. So I had my big bag of holdings, and then I had, you know, I was still buying it, you know, 1, 2, 3 here and there when it was like $300 a coin, and using it to send money over to Binance or over to Bittrex because it was much quicker and cheaper than using Bitcoin at the time. That strategy did not serve me well long term. So Litecoin is a bag for me, and I would love for Litecoin to I would love for it to get on over to about the 200 USD, 220 USD, because I would just unload that bag personally at this point. But that's because I'm a sourpuss. So we'll look at it. We'll look at it on BTC value, and then we'll look at it on USD value as well. Looking at BTC right now, I personally don't see the point of trading it against BTC because it's literally the same chart. It has exactly the same action because effectively it's basically the same coin. It's just a little bit faster. It is, you know, obviously still a Gen 1 crypto, and yeah, Litecoin. No, I think honestly, realistically, Litecoin could go back up, but I just don't think so. I think there's going to be too many other projects that do what it can do better and faster, and that ultimately I think is going to leave it with not a lot of roll to go. I mean, right? LightPay didn't happen. It hasn't. There's been no partnership announcements. I don't see anything on the horizon coming out for Litecoin that makes me bullish on it at all. So I want to dump my bag, is what I want to do. Will 4 Litecoin will equal 1 Bitcoin in a couple years? Hey, we can all hope so. I mean, you know, if you think that, do you want to buy them from me at $350 a coin so it's a nice wash? I will happily sell them to you. Oh, because I don't think that, but who knows, man. All right, let's see. Oh, you guys actually want to see my tattoo? Sure, I guess. I like it. It's cool. I like traditional Japanese art. So, there it is. There's my tattoo. Koi fish swimming upstream, symbolizing overcoming adversity. You guys know the story of koi fish? Non-crypto related at all. The legend is they swim upstream, and if they make it all the way, they're like salmon, right? They swim upstream to spawn. So the legend is if they swim all the way to the top of the river, then I believe it's the Yangtze, I believe, then they become a dragon, which is pretty cool. So anyway, yeah, smash that like for dragons. Thanks, Boise. Appreciate it, bud. Yeah. All right. You do straight market. Name one. Name one what? Name one what, Kyle? I'm talking to you. Name one what? Kyle, you're holding up the stream. I'm waiting now. What do you want me to name, dude? Pop into LTC. Let me take a look at that MACD. Well, here, let's take a look. So this is Litecoin versus Bitcoin. Yeah, as with everything else, we had a nice little dip off coming there, and boy, you could have made a little quick, not a huge run up, but depending on how many coins you're holding, you could have made a quick little swing trade there. I mean, it's always a good idea to keep an eye out, right, for anything. Anytime the RSI is that low, guys, and I'll just take this moment to say that anytime the RSI is below 30, and if you want to know a real quick and easy way to see what coins are below 30, head on over to Cryptosomniac.com. We actually put the RSI feature in here, and so you can select daily, hourly, or 4 hours. I think the 4-hour candle might actually be acting a little wonky right now, but if you want to see what coins RSI is looking strong or not. Oh, what happened to our color codes? Boy, this is embarrassing to point out right now, but at least the numbers are still there, so you can sort them and see which ones are well into that oversold area. Look at that. Monero oversold, Factum oversold, Steam oversold, Digix DAO oversold. So those are all things that might be worth taking a quick peek at. Why don't I just keep trading my Litecoin and make 100% profit? Because there's not enough price action. There's not enough volume. There's not enough movement in the Litecoin to really make me feel like it's worth paying that much attention to trade my way back out. Because I'm literally down like, I'd say I'm probably like 50% underwater on my Litecoin. Again, it's long term. My portfolio is still up, but my Litecoin is probably, yeah. So I'm probably like, I guess, only 75% profitable. So I guess technically I could trade my way. It's just, I kind of just keep holding it, hoping that it's gonna pump so I can get rid of it that way. But you're right. Maybe I should. Maybe I should just start actively trading my Litecoin. Yeah, maybe I will. You know what? There's an idea. Maybe I do set up that. I keep talking a big bunch of stuff about this, so maybe I set up the Cryptosomniac GDAX and send my Litecoin over there and just trade around with that. I know we've been talking about doing some live trading and setting up a live trading account, so maybe that's an idea. Yeah, Mark, good looking out. Glad you watched that over on the Cryptosomniac for watching the RSI. I mean, really, it's one of the main things. That's one of the main indicators that I use to enter a trade or exit a trade. So RSI definitely one to keep an eye on. Yeah, I know you're right. You're 100% correct, Hassan. I should just send it all over to Binance and trade it out. Do you ever use TD sequential on your chats, a la Tonebase? I do not. No. I primarily, all I really use to trade myself, I use volume, candles, MACD, RSI, and the news, like market sentiment. Those are the indicators that I mean, guys, literally, you're looking at what I trade with right here, right? Because if you look at here, watch. Let me show you this. Look at the difference between my chart and everybody else. You know, like here, let's look at Snae's chart. Look how many more indicators. Jordan uses more indicators. Amal uses more indicators. You know, everybody's got the specific tools that they like to use. So I like to keep it simple, you know. But again, that's just my trading style. Those are indicators. I guess ultimately what it comes down to is run what you brung, right? Those are the things that got me to the dance. Those are the indicators that I am most familiar with, and those are the things that I've had the success that I've had so far utilizing. So I just try to keep my, you know, keep the tools that are sharpest that I have sharp. I'm not opposed to adding new weapons to the arsenal, but these are primarily mine. MACD, RSI, volume, and candles. And then also, I do use these Bollinger Bands. I'll use them in conjunction with the MACD to help me decide when to exit a trade primarily. I am diversified, didn't help today. No, it's a red day, guys. I mean, they can't all be green days, right? Yeah, they can't all be green days, you know? This is part of being a trader, is you got to be able to accept the downswings. But you know, again, if you're savvy and you leave some fiat on the side, these are great opportunities to make money. All right, let's see. Japanese traditional is awesome. Oh, thanks. Hey, right on. Yeah, I would be totally like Yakuza covered in tattoos if I could. I also like to follow the Yakuza method. Nothing further down than your wrist. Nothing you can't put under a collar. So I've got plenty more tattoos, but I try to keep them covered up. All right, Zill. Yeah, sure. Let's take a look at it. I think I'm going to do Zill, and then I'm going to wrap it up, guys, because it's already 8 o'clock, and I've had a hell of a media day. So just to give you guys a little bit of insight, for Moon Lounge members, so I know everybody's got crypto tax questions, right? And there's a lot of people talking TA and fundamental analysis and talking everything else about crypto that are not qualified to give you tax advice. Well, I'm not qualified to give you tax advice either, but I do have a CPA. who handles my taxes, and we brought her on today. As a matter of fact, I did an interview with her for the Moon Lounge, specifically for the Moon Lounge members. I will release it down the road to I will release it down the road sometime eventually to the non-Moon Lounge members. But for you Moon Lounge members, I definitely recommend going over and taking a look at that. And if you're not a Moon Lounge member, you're in luck, because we are currently offering a 14-day free trial. So hop on over to cryptosomniac.com and click here on the little rocket, and you can join into the advantage. We do regular reports. You can see here we've got in-depth report on Loki, which is one I keep talking about having my eye on. It is a privacy coin that is aiming to be the Ethereum to Monero's Bitcoin, if you will. We had another flash report on Pundi X, which is a point of sale system on the blockchain. Ontology's in there, which has been a real hot property lately. And we've got a great team of writers and researchers that are constantly looking into this stuff for us. Snay, Sam, and I are writing reports, and then also critically important is we have an excellent team of technical analysts. So if you guys enjoy this, me sitting on here and doing this, the same things that Sam and Snay and everybody does, we actually have 2 full-time guys on right over here in the Moon Lounge, and you can go in there and join for free. So if you want to have access to the team, myself, Sam, Snay, our 2 excellent TAs, Amal and Jordan, as well as support, we've got a great community manager. We've got very active ICO investors, people that are in there talking about what kind of projects that they're trying to get involved in, etc. It's just a really active community of people that are crypto minded. And like I said, right now you can join for free. And as a bonus, I literally just put it up before I did this today, is the interview I did with my CPA. So you've got crypto tax questions, we actually have the answers, and that's going to be another value added that we have exclusively for Moon Lounge members. So go on over and sign up. What do you got to lose? 14 days for free. At the very least, you can get in and download all those reports, and then like I said, you would be able to have a Cryptosomniac live stream in your pocket at all times, as you can reach out and direct message any of us. It's pretty fun. All right. So, what else? Cryptosomniac needs a chart pack. Yes, I agree. We have a charting course that we are working on, so we will be releasing that. Sam that's a project Sam had in the works. Obviously, the ICO has taken precedence over pretty much everything, but again, guys, I'm really excited to share that more. Again, I don't want to steal the thunder from Sam and Snay, but suffice to say, it is a unique project, and you guys are definitely going to want to get involved. And so, I will go ahead and chart Zill, and then I'm gonna get out. Wait. Zill. There we go. Ooh, that's looking nice, isn't it? Nice and consolidated after a good run up. Volumes looking okay. I don't know, decreasing. I don't know. This is looking a little like a pennant to me, guys. Like this is what worries me, right? And you've got higher lows, but you also have lower highs, right? It looks like it's coming to a decision point right now, and I would say, given the overall sentiment of the market right now, it's probably going to break down further. But let's take a look. Get these out of here. And I mean, yeah, it's gone parabolic over the last, what? How many days is this? 3 days. So whenever it's gone parabolic, I think it's best to use the fibs to take a look. And in fact, I'm gonna go back to, yeah, we'll go here. I guess this is really the beginning of the breakout, so we'll go from the bottom of this wick all the way up, and I'm doing a fan. God damn it. Pardon my French. All right, so again, my target buys would really be in here. But if you're trying to, if you must add it to your portfolio because you're afraid it's going to continue to go, and again, guys, I never recommend FOMOing in. It has started to consolidate a little bit, but I would wait for it to come down a little bit more personally. But again, like I said, if you think it's going to keep running and you must get it into your bags, this is the way I do it. I'm going to put a buy order 1950. I would put one at 1875. I'd put another one around 1800. And then I'd put another one around 1600 or so. And then, again, you know, if you want to wait for those to pick up on the way down before it turns around, if you think it's going to continue to go up, if you're looking to add that to your long term, or if not, you know, set those as 1 hour buy orders. And that way, you know, if you go to sleep overnight and the whole market tanks, you don't end up buying a whole bunch of stuff, catching a falling knife on the way down, as they say. But yeah, I think that's got some room to go down, is what that looks like to me. Volume is tapering off pretty hard, and again, it's gone parabolic. So I honestly, realistically, I would be setting my buys only exclusively in this range, in this like 1560 to 1700 range. I'd just set a couple of buys in there and leave it alone and watch it, because I think anything that goes that parabolic has room to come down, especially when we see Bitcoin getting ready to dip. And I will leave you with one more quick look at Bitcoin before I close out here. And look at that, guys. That's all the way down. What'd I say? We're going to touch 88 for sure. For sure. But we do have pretty strong support there over historically over time. Yeah, here. So here you go, guys. You know I hate making predictions. I'm going to make a prediction right now. I'm just pulling this way back to the way back so we can look at how much support. And also, I think I'm going to call this the red line, because I think if it goes below this, the whole market takes a dump. That's what I think, unfortunately. And I think it's possible. Unfortunately, we're still well above our long-term downtrend line, so that's a good sign. But, you know, I mean, uh-oh. I wonder if I can extend lines on that. Nope, just on the fibs. Oh well. Oh, I can. Right in. Boom. Yeah, so that's our long-term downtrend line. So we do have a long ways down to go before we're tapping off that again. I think if we touch this again, the whole market goes to hell in a handbasket. But we do have a pretty good gap of room to go before that. I mean, we'd have to break all the way down to 7. Although, again, like I said, we break below this 8,800. I suspect, you know, the next stop down is probably going to be at 8. And from there, if it hits 8, I suspect we do go back down to the 6 to 7 range. Yeah, that's my feeling on it as well. Kristen, just so you know who I'm talking to here. I suspect long term, ultimately it's good. But hey, we're playing the trading game, guys, aren't we? That's what we're doing here. We're playing the trading game. So our goal is, you know, you could be HODL gang, in which case you should just dollar cost average, right? Just continue to buy every time you get paid. Just buy at market rate and whatever. And you know, if you believe long term, you're bullish, then ultimately you're going to come out ahead in the long term. But that used to be the game I'm playing. I play the trade game now, and that means I go in and look at things like this. You know, so ideally what I would have been doing specifically here with Bitcoin was just, if I'm looking at this to make a trade, you know, making a buy somewhere down here in this level at the 9s, and then setting a profit take mark, you know, at a couple key levels along the way on the way up. And then, you know, if you had made your profit levels, you can sit out of the market, wait for this to happen, reacquire the exact same position, you know, right? Let's just say that's 1 Bitcoin, right? So you sold it out in tenths on the way up. So you have your 1 Bitcoin, you have your one Bitcoin worth of, you sell it, close your position, and you have that fiat sitting in it. Wait for this value to come back down, reacquire 1 Bitcoin here, and play it all over again. If you continue to play that strategy successfully over time, you end up with a much larger holding of Bitcoin than you would just by playing HODLing. So that's why this is a fun game. Obviously, it is risky. And again, guys, this is not financial advice, and I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just some dude on YouTube who knows how to read a chart and enjoys sharing my opinion and my strategies with you guys. So I hope it helps you formulate your own strategies and your own opinions, and helps you also become successful traders, because that's really, ultimately, I want us all to get rich here. I don't just want to tell you buy here, sell here. I want you to figure out how you can get better at this, so you know when to say, I think I want to buy here, I think I want to sell here. And then it's more fun to just go and reach out to your trader buddies and say, this is what I think, what do you think? And confirm your actions. But anyway, yeah, like I said, guys, I do think we've got further down to go. So I've got buy orders set all the way down to that 88, and then I'm probably setting my stop loss at like 87, 87.50 tonight, because I'm not super firm on where it's going to be. And if I can... like I said, if I do think it goes down to the 8, so if I sell out at 87 and can pick back up between 78 and 8, I'm a happy camper. I just made a nice little tidy profit. So, all right, let's see. Little dot on YouTube. All you need is MACD and volume. Well, you're not wrong. RSI is pretty helpful, though. Again, if it's knowing the way that other people's brains work, RSI is a helpful indicator to utilize. And again, guys, obviously, I always start. I don't know what bigger. I see your comments there, Kyle. I don't know what. I'm not Snay, by the way. I'm Jason. But I don't know what larger intervals you want to use than a daily. But frankly, I think if you're using larger intervals than a daily to trade crypto, you're in the wrong market, bro. That is for stocks, and this market happens way too quickly, way too rapidly to really go further out than the daily on a candle when you're analyzing the market and what you think it's going to do, in my opinion. Again, I'm just some dude on YouTube. What do I know? So with that, guys, yeah, I hope your time with me has been valuable. Go ahead and smash that subscribe and thumbs up, and I'm not going to do a giveaway today because I suck at it and I don't want to embarrass myself on this again. So next time. I think I will probably also stream tomorrow. Snay is going to be traveling because he will be at Consensus. If you guys are going to Consensus, definitely stop by the Monarch booth. Go see Snay. He's there and doing the road show. So if you're going to be at Consensus, go say what's up. And I will see you guys. I will probably see you guys here tomorrow. So yeah, hit the bell, subscribe, and love you guys. Cryptosomniac. This is Jason out.